Can't quite tell what it is. I guess I'll hit it like this. If loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right. If being right means being without you, I'd rather be wrong than a right. Your mom and daddy say it's a shame, it's a downright disgrace. But long as you stay by my side, I don't care what the people say. Your friends tell you it's no future to be in love with a married man. If I can't see you when I want, I'll see you when I can. If loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right. I don't want to be right. If it means sleeping at night, sleeping without you at night. All right, let's do this. All right, thank you very much. The power of blue argonite. May that be added to your energy source. Well, good morning, everyone. And if you've never checked me out before, my name, or I go by the name of Big Pontiac. I am the holder of the infinite sacred ball game that was created by the Hero Twins. And I'll also sit in that role as that one and only Galactic Daddy-O, welcoming all the chocolate mountaineers onto my galactic patio that stretches from Minnesota to the universe. And tonight we are going with the shake again, since I've got sitting on about a half a case of this, or almost about 2 6 packs left. So pop them if you got them. And again, we're going with the glass that you wish you had right now. And as you see all that deliciousness with the caramels met with the dark malts, and they have a combination and aroma so beautiful that you wish you were me right now. You just wish you were me having this delicious chocolate porter in the Killian's glass. And tonight we are definitely smoking on the Unicorn Luca. So you go one ringy dingy, 2, 3, 4, 5 ringy dingy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a blast off. And then you can blast off. Jamie Foxx said it. You better blow that shit out. So smoke them if you want them. Who's rocking with me tonight? CWE, Sam Jones died 88 years old, scored 88 points and lost in game 2. And today they was begging people. They gave up 4. They was giving up 4 tonight. The betting line has been 3.5. Yesterday they was giving up 4. Oh yeah, I feel like singing tonight, baby. I was at a concert and saw that brother. His name was maybe Luther Ingram. And when I was young, like we was in North Carolina, he started singing that shit and everybody got up and gave the Nazi salute. It was like, yeah, right on for that shit. Thank you, Vodka. How you doing? What's the point of ringing those bells? I'll answer that in a second. Sherilita, how are you, PJ? What's the point of ringing the bells? Well, when you leave yourself open to something like this, especially if you touch on spiritual things, there can be a lot of different openings that can be rushing in to attack you, because the system is almost made up where it's almost like an opposite is created. So if you're coming into with a lot of something positive on the same time, it's something that's doing opposite of what you're doing. So I create an atmosphere where I am going to be tact become a lot less by all these sounds, by all these smells. And for others, it is just a way of clearing energy for you as well. Some others find comfort in listening to them. And so now for your individual, bells are a perfect way of getting, this thing is a lot of stuff doesn't like this, a lot of stuff, they don't, like I was saying, the same thing with clapping your hands or even snapping your fingers. There are a lot of entities that don't really like that kind of energy. And so it's just a way of clearing energies. That's all. Oh, what's happening, Lorenzo? Uh, Thank you for joining me, brother Lorenzo. So today was interesting. We saw Pohl play a lot better tonight. He hasn't really played good. He didn't play good in the first game, but all of a sudden, miraculously, he's playing a lot better. What was it? 33 turnovers at one point, 33 made baskets off turnovers. I mean, that Hartford turnover in the second half that led to a fast break. I mean, he was just dribbling and he just like fell down and threw the ball forward to the defender so they could get a fast break. So we see how sloppy they are of trying to script this thing. So Not a lot to say tonight. Not a lot to really report. Y'all saw it. Y'all saw what was going on tonight. You saw when things were turned off and were turned on. I'll tell you one thing that they seem to be highlighting is letting Brown play well in the first halves. That seems to be a thing, is let him play well in the first half, but then he disappeared in the second half when nobody else picked that up. So Tatum was pulling the KD, just losing the ball on purpose. But I think that Hartford turnover around half court just says it all. He just literally fell down on purpose, threw the ball forward. And when you see sloppy plays like that, something odd is going on. But I was looking at all the betting and all the heavy betting, and even somebody was saying, last night, all the heavy money on everybody's that put on Golden State, and it even moved the numbers. It moved the line up to 4. So they was pretty much telling you that they was going to cover tonight. So, hey, Edward, thank you for joining. Yes, I did. Thank you for the very kind emails. And I wish you all the luck too, brother. I really do. But thank you for the thoughtful email. I appreciate it. Yeah, Smart threw the ball straight to him. He did. I went to sleep on the game, but I thought about you, and you said the Warriors going to win 4 straight. Well, so far they got 3 more to go. I'm just going to say that's the way it looks. There's a lot of heavy money still on Golden State to win these next 3. Now, will they lose in Boston? I don't think so. I think they're going to win 4 straight. The Lightning hung on today. They scored with 41.6 seconds left. I don't know. It's kind of, but they won. So the Lightnings are only down 2-1. So they won today, but they won with 40 seconds left. So I don't know. No way the Warriors win 4 straight. Well, they only got to win 3 straight now. They ain't got to win 4. They only got to win 3. They only got to win 3. They ain't got to win 4. They only got to win 3. So they win 3. They get the gold. More Steph commercials all summer. So I think it's way. He says, I say way. So today, we finished up, didn't grill, didn't feel like making a mess, but my daughter's mother made my son some cookies for his day. And him and his buddies been partying all day, so yeah, didn't grill. Didn't really get a chance to play pickleball. So I've been, I waxed my ride, telling my son, I'm like, you got to put that furniture back in the garage so I can park, because I do not want my tires to wash off, and I do not want my wax. So yeah, he comes in the house from the garage after it done rained for about 20 minutes. I'm like, all right, buddy, I guess it ain't that big deal. You damn right. 3 straight, and yes. Yes, 3 straight and cashing in again. I won a little money tonight. Won a little money on the Lightning game. I won a little money on the game tonight too, because also I bet I gave up 3.5. They was offering 3.5. I mean, I hate I couldn't take the 4, because today was 4. So they was giving up 4. So it was something in to make today. But yeah, they win it all. That's going to be a nice little lick. So, and Brother Sean sent me his mail. And Conspiracy, I got his address. So hopefully get the stuff sent out this week. Hopefully. So what's the odds that happens? I don't know. You have to look up to see what they're giving now, because you can get your bet in still on 3 games. You can get your bet in still on 3 games. I said the same thing with Iverson. When Iverson won that one from Shaq and Kobe, I was like, yeah, there's no way they're going to sweep them. Yeah. Look what happened. So we'll see. And I'm not going to go on a lot. I am rather tired, and I do got a few things to break down in the morning. Got to break down little, got to get out some books and do some writing in the morning. So I'm not going to go on too long. I'm tired. I'm not going to lie. I'm tired. But I think there's great odds that that's going to happen. it is about money, but it's about long-term money too. And there's going to be more long-term money, I feel, that with letting, because they're pushing the 6 out of 8 years they've been in the finals. They're pushing that. And just for the long-term health of the game, it appears like or that the Warriors are going to win. Now, something I caught, and if you guys caught this, they showed that in the 1964 championship. So I did not realize that Wilt was traded in the that the Warriors went to San Francisco in 63-4 season. I didn't realize that. So I had forgot about that. But I did know that for a season or two, Wilt played with Nate Thurman. So they did play together for San Francisco for a season or two. Thurman was younger than Wilt. So NBA going to extend the series to 6. We'll see. Not the way I'm looking at it. It does not look like they're going to do that. I don't think so. I don't think they're going to extend the series. I think it's going to go a few more. Next email, will you send you info on Eagle Phoenix Medicine Power? Okay, that's cool. That's real cool. Thank you for that. Because Edward's very well read. The Mac Bone files very well read, and yeah, I don't mind the information being shared. I'm always a glutton for information, a glutton for reading, and all that. Then chewed all my cigars to a pulp. I said I'm not gonna go too long tonight. As I said, they showed a different angle on Clark's shot. Did you guys catch that different angle they showed you, which was interesting? They kind of showed you the old-fashioned college basketball angle from like on this, like real up high in the rafters. They showed that shot of his long shot. I don't know if y'all caught that angle. I thought that was interesting. They usually don't show that angle, but to show his shot. And again, they bragging about their technology of him hoisting the ball. And then they're going to say, well, we practiced that in warm-ups. And yeah, because they practice their honing equipment too. They get them to practice their equipment. When you saw years past, when Steph was out before games, they're practicing their equipment too. So I don't think it's just players trying to get locked in. They're trying to lock in because it's pretty exact science what they've done. However, it does seem like at times they do lose control. I think looking at the magnets, the ball sticking in the back of the rim, like we saw with the free throw, there was some too much adjustment that stuck the ball there. So we caught the mistake, and I don't think they made that mistake on purpose. They tried to laugh it away, but they all know. The players know. They know. And think about it as a television program. You hitting a 3 and then you throwing the 3 up. I can barely do it with this finger. I can't hardly, can't really lift that one up to do 3 like that. I can't do that with this hand. That's theater that we see. So players learn to get along. Players learn to. And then Quinn Snyder resigned. They've been trying to sign him, so he's going to look for something. But they've been trying to sign him since January, and he wouldn't resign. So something's going on there with Utah. Now, remember, Quinn Snyder played at Duke. Quinn Snyder also was at Missouri. We had a couple players come out of Benton Harbor, and one player, again, I guess this I can tell a couple stories off of this story. I know a couple young men that on the verge of going to college got caught up with having, they were seniors and dating younger girls. Robbie Crockett, full ride to Iowa, running back, but he had to spend 30 days in jail for having sex with a younger girl when he was in high school. He went with the girl the whole year, and the mother decided around graduation to prosecute him with the girl the whole year. What is the other guy's name? Robert. But he got caught up in the same thing. He was, and I just bring this up because he and this other young man from Benton Harbor were supposed to go to Missouri. I think Robert ended up playing with Cincinnati for a while. He either went to Vancouver. Robert Trey, no, Will. I can't think of his name, but he was supposed to go to. So he got the rape charge or statutory. He got dropped by Quinn Snyder in Missouri. He ended up going to Cincinnati. And then he played for Toronto. Robert, I can't think of his name. But he played a couple years in the NBA. I don't think he made pension, but that's interesting that Quinn Snyder recruited this guy. Hey, GTV, how you doing? That's a good point about Steph's pregame shot. He's trying to find that vector. Oh yeah, definitely. You know, when they were showing years past, that's all they're trying to do is tune it in. Why you never get your finger fixed? I broke this one in 8th grade, and this one had 2 pins in it. When I originally broke that one, they said that this one, if they fixed it, would look like this one. So wasn't going to be that big a difference. Can't think of why. Why can't I? I guess like after surgery, I can't lift my hand up, that finger up. I guess. Yeah, just won't lift like this. Just won't lift. Not all the way. Probably just hand strength got a little bit to do with it. But I've had carpal tunnel on both hands. I've had trigger finger on both hands. So that's why I can't wear a watch. My son, I told the story the other night. My son called me like, can I wear, get one of your watches? And I'm like, I haven't worn watches in years because they make my hands go to sleep. I haven't found something light enough that doesn't make my hands go to sleep. So the rings actually kind of exercise my hand, especially this one where I can work my thumb all the time. Like if I can do this constantly all day, it really helps. But really, it's helped a lot. Just I don't know, moving my hand kind of strengthens my hand. But anything around really, I want to get some Sugar bracelets from Christina, but I'm still leery because of that extra weight. So, but yeah, it's not gonna make it better. Boston taking 3 and 4. No, they not. Hey, what's happening, Conspiracy University? How you doing, man? I was just talking about you. Yeah, I got to get this stuff out to you. You and Sean. Hey, did you know anything about the term mouth breathers? I've been hearing a lot of it lately. Not really. I've heard a little bit about it, but it's been applied to several different things. So no, I haven't. I don't know. Watch and see. That's all we all can do. We had a lot of people tonight thought they was going to win tonight. CWE, you thought they was going to win tonight. So I say just watch the show and we'll see. Let's see. Curry's 3 looked on, manipulated the ball, went to the back of the rim. Yeah, I mean, it's always, you'll see that a lot, driven to the back. That's just how they really end up, is you see the magnet attracted to the back and then pushed in. That's why, a lot of people's like, you can't do a swish. You can't manipulate a swish. That's a lie. As Lobo pointed out, that Jerry West shot, you see the net go like the ball went through it even before the ball gets there. So I would try to work the muscles around that knuckle on the top of your hand. Maybe try gripping sand in a bucket. Oh, well, I've got this. You constantly see me messing with this, and you constantly see me doing this. So yeah, I've got plenty. I got plenty of things. I'm supposed to sleep with braces on. I need to wash braces because probably I need to work or even play pickleball. Because like when I play pickleball, I got I've got the wristbands, I've got the damn elbow braces. I got the knee, the patella braces. So, but yeah, this is a big part. They kind of discouraged me from doing this too much because of my elbow issues, but it helps with my grip in my hand. But yeah, thank you though for the advice. I appreciate it. I I knew Boston was going to lose game 2. Did you put your money on it though? In state to the finals and Cavs, Raptors, but lose game 3. I don't think they're gonna lose game 3. Wapo, how you doing? Game 7, the finals would be a must watch. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know that they want that. I don't feel that they want that. I feel they want this title for Steph to be easy as possible. That's what it looks like. From going back to the rest of the games, I think they're going to win these next 3 games fairly easily. Are you a shapeshifter? You know, crickets, I'll say yes. Yes, that's what this is all about. That's the transformation energy of the omen. The omen teach that. So yes, I not in the sense that most people would look at it, but at times, yes, I have had to transform into the Panther. I've talked about that before many times. So, but that's what this is, and that's several types of transformation. It's not just one. Seen a part of your face glitch, like do you use crystals constantly? There are hundreds of crystals all around me constantly. Jaylen Brown predicted years back that he would be in the finals. Yeah, I saw that. I caught that they said that when he was at the finals in 16. Yeah, I caught that. Yes, I use plenty of crystals. Edward, how you say it? Saw earpiece technology season 8 of The Blacklist on the weekend. So small with a microchip and a mic. It reminded me of the earbuds you have mentioned. Absolutely. They tell, if you watch enough of the stuff, they tell how it works. That's the Secret Service been had that kind of stuff. So it's just cheaper and easier for everybody to use. And the NFL found, as I said, the NFL goes back to radio, and the helmets go back to the 60s. I mean, they was able to put a radio on the helmet to tell the player what's coming or what the next play is. They've been doing that since the 60s. So it's easy to understand that everybody has earbuds. So yeah, shouldn't use crystals, man. The guy above said not to use them. Huh. I don't think it's up to anybody above or below. I think it's up to me and how I resonate them. I don't believe in anything. I believe in knowing and I believe in experience. And for my experience with these crystals, they will take me there. So thank you for your concern. Thank you, concerned. But yeah. And in the Old Testament, they always talk about using emeralds, amethyst. They always talk about using that kind of stuff in the breastplate of the Jewish faith priest. There's a lot in that. Matter of fact, all these crystal books talk about that a lot. What was used in the breastplate. There you go. Crystals are from the earth. Exactly. That's like saying don't use the food. Dang near laying down. Y'all can't even tell. Oh, I just should have ate those chips. Oh my goodness. But you get the munchies, can't help it. But yes, crystals are part of the earth. Everything that comes from the earth, you can't, put a negative stigma on them. Plus, I don't know who you're talking about upstairs. Okay. But why? Why? That makes no sense. If there was something that was going to benefit man, why would only a certain number? I mean, that goes into what Martin Luther said. Remember the early book was, and the part of Lutheranism is they was not even letting people read the Bible. They was just saying let the clergy read the Bible to you. And Martin Luther saw some fraud and all that. So how are we supposed to study something, enjoy something, when at one point they didn't even want you to read it. So, soon as Golden State went on a 10-0 run after the timeout in the second quarter, after Boston scored 5 in a row, I knew they were going to win. That's funny. Yeah, I mean, studying dogma. It's because Satan used God's creation for darkness, and Satan's spirit lives on the earth since he was casted down. Okay. But there's a lot of things comes in this. If God created something, how could something he created was evil? Why would he create evil? If he's so against it, why would he create it? So, and if you really look at even the word, if you look at the Jewish faith's God, it was volcano God. Yahweh was a volcano God. So if you break it down where it comes from, it was a volcano God they're talking about. They're talking volcano. So a lot of ways you can break this stuff down and find out that this is just a means of control. That's all. It's just means of control. I mean, them is just names. I mean, the Catholic Church created the devil or Satan. They like to throw Lucifer in there, but Lucifer's name ain't in the Bible. This is something that's added extra. So, but yes, dogma. But you're welcome. I mean, you're welcome to express your point of view. We're going to people disagree with you, but you still have the right to express it. I don't know if I'm the right person for you to be preaching with, or this crowd. This crowd is kind of beyond dogma, because that's what you're spewing dogma. And if I could transfer into anything right now, I think a balloon would be really nice. Just like go float somewhere out of the reach of the cats, because the cats would pop the shit out of me. But a balloon would be nice, just to like a nice rainy night it is, and have an open window and just be a balloon, and the wind would come and just float you up. God is testing us. Why would we need to be tested, though? Why would we be? Why, again, if you're a creator, why would you have to test? That sounds like Yadabath. That sounds like Marduk. Only Marduk and Yadabath need to test people. If some of the creations I saw, the beings was never tested. It was like once the motion was started, that was it. Motion. The motion of life. It wasn't like, hey, we better sit there and see, them humans is doing some shit we don't really like. Let's test them. What sense does that make? Makes no sense. Makes no sense. According to the very same book, Jesus is Lucifer. Jesus is Lucifer. Oh, never ran across that. Well, crickets, we know all this. You're not saying anything new. You're saying stuff that we've seen before, we've heard before. Now you're testing us. I don't know what made you cave. I don't know what made you cave on my channel. I'm not really sure this is the channel for you, because you're going to get a lot of disagreements. Because if you're caught in dogma, you're still locked into it. You're locked into the system, and it's probably the system you locked in that sent you here. He's not coming down. He would have been down if he was coming down. He ain't coming down. This is another entity that you're giving your energy to that's not giving you anything back for the energy you put into it. So, I got very angry, show the world what their hands can do, and yes, Jesus is the devil. That's a good point. I heard the other day that the Bible originally had 700 and some books. I mean, the Gnostic stories was all once part of it. I mean, the first story in the New Testament is the Gospel of Thomas. Why would you leave that out? Because it tells no miracle story of the miracle birth. That is why it's left out. But those are the oldest marked words. And that can't be debated. The first mark words of the Jesus character comes from the Gospel of Thomas, which they don't want people to know. So, but I'm not going to waste a lot of time on the Bible because for me, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of energy, and it's a means of control. So, you're off the pipe. I'm off the pipe? No, I'm still on it. I'm still on the pipe. I'm still on the pipe. I'm not off it. I'm still on it. So I disagree. The Creator's present at all times. He's here with us now and always has been. Okay. 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 I think we're gonna put you in timeout for a little while because you're kind of giving some silliness out, and I'm not gonna go that long to go back and forth to hear some silliness. So I'll give in to what researchers said. I'll listen to that. But thank you for tuning in because I'm not going to go much longer. I'm not going to make an hour tonight. I'm tired. Believe in the devil, but not in the Most High. I don't understand. Well, it's easier to believe in wicked because you see wicked. You see wicked, so that's why it's easy for people to believe in wicked because they see wicked all the time. And notice I didn't say evil. I said wicked, not evil. We live in an enclosed system, and the psychosis who run the world are controlling it, and are more content, more land, and more civilization outside of our dome. Watch the Divergent trilogy. The thing that I've said this, and I've said this many times. So when you close your eyes and you get to a certain point, when you close your eyes, what you start seeing all around you, because again, there's nothing behind you. When you close your eyes, you have a 360 vision. So, people say, they feel something behind them. Well, that's almost impossible because when you close your eyes, you get a whole 360 vision, actually. But what you start seeing, as I said before, you start seeing fractals. And as you see these fractals, you understand that this is around you right now as well. So there's a lot around you that you just can't perceive. So in some ways, there's more than one thing using this space. And I've said that many times. Pontiac, is the goal to leave this life without a consciousness, or should you want to have a consciousness in the next life? I mean, the goal is to take consciousness through death. That is the goal, to take memory to death, take memory through death. So that's the goal. So it's not necessarily you have to remember this self, but you'll just, I guess you could say your soul will remember. Soul will remember all the lessons that this life took. So that's the goal, is to take memory through death. So yeah. So not necessarily the next life to your higher self. That's just genuine. Be real. How to know what you believe is the actual real deal? How, if someone has the holy grail of truth, stop being stingy and care? So yeah, that's a good point. How these dudes believe in the devil but not God? Who they think runs these scripted games? Outer space is not upped. It's outside of our realm. Could be. I'm going to engage in a deeper meditation to better handle my anger, rage issues. That helps you. I hope it does, because rage can take over. As I said before, that can be a thing that's attachment to you that's feeding it. So, and meditation is very good for that. Well, I was going to say I was going to go as long as I could drink my beer. Who believes in the devil, though? Why y'all speak as if a monopoly on the truth? It's just rude and pushy. God won't allow that. When you die, God is going to send you to Satan as his kingdom. And when it's all over, God is going to set Satan and his followers in the fire. What? Why wouldn't you be allowed to take memory through death instead of making you go to the light and go all over again and have to relearn it all over again? That is keeping beings stuck. So if the beings can't learn from one life or one reality to the next, you're stuck in the same kind of trap. And there's some that want that. They want you to keep, don't learn the lesson, don't move ahead. But you as your spiritual self, why would you want to settle to have to do it all over again when you chose to come into this? So you should have the same choice as you move through death. You should have a choice. People will fight you over religion. Yeah, I have a carpal boss in my right wrist. Should I get surgery? Just depends on how bad. My biggest problem was my hand was going to sleep all the time, and then weakness too. They'll do a test. You can get a nerve test. Like you get a nerve test, and they put like little fish hooks. They put little fish hooks in your nerves, and they test the amount of damage that your wrist have. So just that would be the next step if you think, is ask them to do the nerve test. And it's uncomfortable. It don't hurt, but it's uncomfortable. But that's what they do. I've had it done a few times because I've had surgery and it kind of came back. The stars rotate in a circular motion around the North Star, which doesn't move. That's how traveling was done. There's no way we are moving all around so-called space on a ball. Space isn't real. Outside of the dome is the kingdom of God. Okay. I would agree that space isn't real. It's kind of hurting. If it's hurting, yeah, ice will help too. Ice packs will help. But yeah, that's the next test is see your doctor and see if you need a nerve test. And that's the only way they can tell the amount of damage you have. Because what happens is it you get a squeeze, it starts squeezing in here, and they have to release that squeeze. So yeah. That's why you always see me fidgeting this, or you'll see me just popping this with one hand or the other, working on my hands. I have to be mindful at work of the books because some of them, they're like some people will walk 20 books. Like that is so stupid. I walked one girl and she's a little challenged, but she was holding 20 big books to walk to her cart. And I'm just looking at her like, why? Like, why would you walk around with all these books? I mean, she was making the job harder, but it's like, why? I'm not gonna give any opinion. Just do what you got to do, honey. It's in the back of my wrist, not the front. Oh, carpal tunnel is usually here. Usually having problems here, but get tested. Get it tested to see. Yeah, but carpal tunnel usually starts here. Like if you can look closely, I don't know if you can see the scars close enough. I don't know. Maybe this one shows up a little better. You can see it in my hands because I had trigger finger too. But it used to be shit. Like my grandmother's shit was, they had her shit all zippered up, both hands. So it's come a long way. So, well, y'all, I'm not going to go a long time. Big Pontiac, you can't, what is it? Another devil is real, but God isn't. You say space isn't real, but God's kingdom isn't real. Well, I think the God that you believe in is Marduk or Yadabaoth. Now, do I say their kingdoms are real? Well, it's known Marduk can live under the ocean, so that's real. But how does that play for everyday people? Now, God is also dog, Og. I mean, there's so many different beings that you're tying into 1 billion. So, Nico in 7, Celtics in 7. I'm still saying 5. Big Ponty, who created all of this? Isn't it a creator? Why did it have to be created? Why did it have to be created? As I said before, I live with these beans. They look like giant, and well, I mean, it was a couple. I've talked many times of being through. The first world was where it was again all amphibian looking beings that lived in what appeared to be oil, and there's nothing, no solid, just a world full of this substance. Another time, we are born out of the cave. Everybody looks like big giant black frogs. We go to this different cave. We walk through and see all these beings, and we turn around. We go in the cave and we come out, and society is full blown. Now, you saying a God did that? And as I said before, I watched every day these beings. It was what they called the sun and the sun bringer. And every day these beings stopped to watch when this would come up, the sun would come up, and they would all stop and watch till it go down. And then as me and my companion made it to this one cave, we come out and literally nothing existed but these large looking frog things. And then we come out and it's full blown society. So you tell me that a God did that. So that's all. Why is it? Proof of and me, or you cannot prove. So what are we doing here? It's not made up Egyptian stuff. Those are fallen angels, also fake gods. Aliens aren't real. I'll agree with that. Astrology was created in Babylon. No, that ain't true. There was using that before the Babylonians. And Babylonians is you talking about Marduk's kingdom. That's what you're talking about. When you're talking about Babylon, you're talking about the kingdom of Marduk. That is Marduk's realm, Babylon. And so to give them credit for something that was already being used, it's like they give Kemet a lot of credit when we already know that the Mayans was older than the Kemetans. The Mayans was older than also the Sumerians. The Oman is older than the Sumerians, so, and the Babylonians. The only reason we hear about them is because the European connection to all them. This is where they get their science from. They tell you how much they love Greek, but they know the Greeks was sent down there to Kemet to learn this stuff. So to take it back to these other Europeans. So this is why this is why this stuff is pushed. So, but you're welcome to be here. I don't know. You're welcome to be here. Aliens are demons. I don't know if I agree quite with that. I don't know if I agree with that. Everything is still yet to be proven. It's all yeah, it is. The Sumerians is where Abraham was from. Oh, you agree with the Jewish faith people, the Shemites, bloodlines of the Hebrews. Well, you had two of them though. You had Israelites and Judeans. So what's the difference between the Judeans and the Israelites? They didn't like each other in history. They didn't like each other. And the Syrians wiped out the Israelis. No, the Assyrians wiped out with the Syrians wiped out the Judeans with these Israelis help. Yeah, something like that. So there's really no proof that even them people, David, none of that shit was real. There was nobody that lived there. Read Alexander's papers. When they went to them areas, that shit that came up that Alexander went there and he fell on his knees, that's bullshit. They went through there and there wasn't nothing to report. They went through them areas during Alexander's times and it was not shit to report. There was no great kingdoms there. That shit's all made up. Look at the way this was done. Who was the original Jews taught by? They was taught by the Greeks. That's why the original Torah is written in Greek. And so here are these people that have no stories. So they got together and said, you know what? We need some stories. Them Greeks motherfuckers got some hell of a stories about Zeus and shit. We need some of that shit. So where do you think you get the jealous God? Why would a God be jealous? If you a guy, why are you jealous? You ever watched Star Trek with Q? Q wasn't never jealous of no shit. Q could do it all. So he was never jealous of anything. So why would a god be jealous? Better not catch y'all, I saw y'all burning fire to that calf. Let me catch you doing that shit anymore. So uh I'll just say, Wapo, I don't even know if I agree with what you're saying, because the same energy, the same mouthpiece that put the devil up is nothing. Again, it's the same. It's the same. As I was saying, they want to create, when you try to do something positive, they want to create an opposite to that. And that's the system. You got to have the good, you got to have the evil. Why can't it be just the good exist? Why do we have to have the good and the evil? That makes no sense. So why does it have to be that? Why isn't it the hero twins? We just get along. We birth earthlings and we get along. But no, that's not what they want. They want that conflict. So, well, y'all, I wasn't gonna stay on very long. I'm tired. And let me see. Yeah, I'll be back on Thursday morning. When is the next game? Wherever the next game is, I'll probably do a recap if the next game comes before Thursday. But yeah, I'm gonna cut it short. Didn't really want to go a whole lot. I'm starting to feel like most Egyptian stories are based off the Americas. Oh yeah. As I said before, the oldest god, the Egyptian god, is Hathor, and Hathor is a direct copy of Mu. And that you can study about Mu, but Manly Hall also states that. Persians were all cousins of Hebrews. That was from Shem. There's no proof of any of that. We can always disagree. That's part of the game. Yeah, absolutely. But you're welcome. Blood Green, you're welcome. The other dude was welcome. But we don't want to be preached at. I don't try to preach. I try to answer questions, but nobody wants to be preached at. And that's what you're doing. You're using dogma to back your point up instead of just having a conversation. Thor comes from Yahshua, God of Israel. I would say that Odin is the idea of Odin is older than them. No, I would say that Odin is older than them, and a lot of what they say Odin did is copies of that. Again, you can go back to King Og, who thought the same thing. That's where God comes from King Og. King Og was supposedly Odin's grandson. Again, no God but me. So that's where the word God, God, dog, but Marduk is the dog, Marduk is the dog-faced God, which they want to tell you that he's black but not Negro. Doom. Creator of heaven and earth, he rules Israel. Odin is the all-knowing Father. Oh, okay. I thought it was Jesus. But it's okay. You're welcome here. But I'm going to cut it off tonight. I'll leave you with more. It all starts with a gentle sadness. I should know it. They came from their original homeland knowing they had an exact number of years and days before they would disappear off the earth as a civilization and a lifestyle. But the civilization would build to a gentle love. They lived in the Creator's day and knew how to separate cycle in the great serpent. And so, for these past 5 days, thank you for sharing. Thank you for coming. Thank you for making comments. Y'all are open to make comments. I don't block you for that. But to be preached at, kind of, this ain't the crowd to be preached at. We ain't really the preached at crowd. We kind of the crowd that we will have good conversation and debate. I'll say that. So they say it themselves, right to your face. Pay attention. You're missing the biggest. Saying what? But yes, we can always disagree. Well, I will see. We'll see. but it's been a long time coming from the ghost guy. No man has no land, God. Like grown intelligent man. Yeah, exactly. That's all. That's all your own opinion. You know, I ain't trying to save anybody. I'm not trying to. It's like I'm not even to the point of debating. I'm like, what the only thing I like that the blind dude said was I don't I teach. And that's how I feel. I don't really need to debate. But we can bounce ideas off of each other. So see how the week goes, see if I can get this stuff off to Australia. No, New Zealand. No, he put a different city. And conspiracy, I'll try to remember if I get up in time to go to the post office because I do got to work tomorrow. So hang in there with me. Yeah, we'll get the second wave of stuff off. So I haven't forgot. I do want to send to Sean though. I do want to still send a shirt and just not send the Viking shirts. I ain't been back to Walmart. So, oh yeah, I did. I went to Walmart yesterday and didn't look. I was getting this other stuff. I forgot all about that. But I'll make it. I'll try to find some Viking stuff to send Sean a hat and a shirt. So maybe even conspiracy too if I find it. So remember that love just is. It has no opposite. It just is. And remember, I am another yourself. So be at the eyes of Laura Martian to anyone that you're looking at, and they're looking at you for advice or opinion. You know, being able to see their point of view, which is not hard. Stock market is super down. Gold closed at I think 1851. Silver, I missed what silver closed at. Gas, I can burn flex fuel, and flex fuel is like 330. I paid 330 yesterday, day before. My ride burned that flex fuel 85. But I want to say gas traded at 114, 115. I think it closed. So that is why we're seeing what we're seeing. I don't know if we'll ever get it. Remember, it was zero. When people wasn't traveling during that, it was $0 per barrel. That's why gas and went down to because as in my life, I don't remember gas being cheaper than 65 cents a gallon in my life. I don't really remember it being cheaper than that. I want to say when I was driving, that must have been 77. I think it was 65 to 75 cents because I had a Chevy Chevette. So that's what I think when I first started driving. I think it cost $5 to fill that Chevette up back in the days. So, but just remember, however you feel, whatever you feel protects you, you use that. But without having to go outside and purchase extra things, what you have around you should protect you. Activate it. Before you go out and do anything else, activate it. Now, it doesn't hurt to smudge, doesn't hurt to burn candles, doesn't hurt to burn Palo Alto, all this stuff, incense, doesn't hurt. Sometimes the room just needs to be refreshed. And so feel that those of you at work, may your work go safely. May your time be work time. And may you go home safely and get enough rest to do it all over again. Because that's what a lot of us are looking forward to. My boy put an 18-inch speaker in the Chevette, banging. We all here for fun and games. Everything else is let's find out the truth. There you go. Yeah, plenty of Black Messiah avatars that come down and done their job and left. Yeah. All our family members and peeps just get this shaft. Yeah. It is kind of one-sided. If you don't believe, you've got to trust and believe. But whatever gets you through, that's all. It's just we a little too intelligent on this channel to fall for a lot of dogma. None of us, well, I'm gonna say a majority that listen to me don't believe. You shouldn't believe really anything. So you should know and experience. not believe. Blind belief will get you where it has gotten to the people to believe in blind belief. So, I mean, one thing that the Gnostic Bible says is, why have you taken on death and given up immortality? You were given immortality, but yet you settle for death. And that's what religion will lead you to, death, not immortality. Because anything that tells you that you can only get immortality through believing is right there. It's a limit on that. So you're saying if I live just my best life because I believe, I can't have immortality. That's right. You didn't get a ticket because you didn't have the book, and you didn't get a ticket because of that. But I lived a just life. I lived a righteous life. So you're saying because I didn't come in your place on Sundays and pay tithes, but I still lived a good life and I still lived an honest life, that I can't get rewarded with my own consciousness, my own knowing, can't take? So, well, I went on longer than I wanted to go on, but I did get an hour in. So, but no, God, you choose your own immortality. It ain't got nothing to do with outside source. If you have immortality or not, comes from you. It will not come from outside source. The source set things in motion, and we each have a bit of that. We don't need any one thing to choose that for us. That is just your ability to find it and you to achieve that. Because there's no one being sitting there like Thor. That's some bullshit too. It's just telling you to live with a good heart. That's what it's telling you. So, but you're welcome. You're welcome anytime to come and debate. Well, this has been the Chocolate Mountain Show. I am your super funky host. I will be off until Thursday morning. When's the next game? If the game's Tuesday night, I'll be on because I know hockey tomorrow and hockey Tuesday. I want to say they open up Wednesday? So we'll see. Whatever they end up with, I'll be back Thursday morning. So this has been the Chocolate Mountain Show. I've been your host, Big Pontiac. Till we meet again, say less. Wednesday, they play Wednesday. Okay. So yeah, I'll be back Wednesday. Yep. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'll be back on Wednesday. Oh, okay, Valerie, I'm sorry you missed me. I'm sorry, Mark. I'm sorry. I've got to go. I got to go. Yeah, definitely say less. So say less, y'all. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. Say less.